I love people.
Same.
And I look at people and I see the best. Whereas others can be like, oh, that guy or that gal, they're jerks, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they're really
We want
a
the
beautiful
best for
being.
them.
Yeah, I always
Yes.
do. I want the best for people. And I feel like, I think something for me, like having, been so kind and been taken advantage of, I don't want that to happen to anybody else. Or if it is, like, no, you have the power. We all have the power to make the change, to make the decision.
Welcome to the living room. Leave the over at the door. We'll talk it out till it's simple, till it's you again for sure. Life, leadership, money, and the names you outgrow. We make space for the woman coming through. Living room wisdom, where your story is your glory.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. I'm so excited today to be here with my beautiful friend, Tracie Hasse. And Tracie is the Vice President of Escrow at Tycor Escrow Services. And let me tell you, she's also a master connector. So we're really going to dig in today because a lot of high achieving women, we're givers, right? We love to share. We love to connect. And I have some questions for you today, Ms. Hasse.
Oh my goodness. Let's go, baby. Here we go.
But before we get started, I just want to arrive into this space.
Yes.
It is a new year, and so much incredible energy shifts have been happening, I feel like, for me and also for the
100%.
collective.
Yes.
Tell me, how are you feeling about this year?
Well, I am fired up, and it is the year of the fire horse in
Yes.
Chinese astrology.
Yeah.
Last year was the year of the snake, and and it was a 9-year. I love feng shui and astrology and anything personal development, spiritual, mystical. And last year, the year of the snake, it was a 9-year in the Chinese astrology. So just think of that, a 9-year, it was a completion, a finishing. And we're moving into a 1-year, which starts February 17th, the year of the fire horse. And it's so interesting because I'm out and about talking to people all day, every day. And people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad last year is behind me.
Yeah.
And that we are moving into a new year, new beginnings, new opportunities. So I say for everybody listening, if you have any residual stuff that you need to just let go of or deal with it, be done with it.
Yeah.
Put it to rest, have peace with it, have forgiveness, bring love and peace, forgiveness and light to whatever the situation, because you will be so grateful because you want to move forward with a clean slate, so that by doing so, you really get to have clarity and move forward for a new launch of a new 9-year cycle in that world, in Chinese astrology. So
I love it.
people are fired up. I mean, and the horse, the fire horse brings light to the darkness. Right? It's going to be a crazy year again, but it's all for good.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like the great
what are you-
purge,
Yeah,
if
the
you
great
will,
purge.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that I love that you brought that forth because for
Yeah.
one, I forgot how connected with the astrology you were. So that's a beautiful
Just a little
surprise.
bit, enough to be
Yes.
dangerous.
No, exactly. But it's the awareness, right? And I'm not
100%.
surprised because everyone I'm connected with and that I'm attracted to, we all have this intuition, this connectedness
Yes.
with the whole, the collective.
Yes.
But I like that you said that because a lot of what I'm really bringing forth right now is this idea of the becoming, right? The becoming. And so we did just close a chapter.
Yeah.
A chapter in which a lot of people may have been functioning in a certain way for a decade or more.
Yeah.
And now the universe and the world itself and the way it's functioning is calling us to be a new, to move
version
in
of
a new
ourselves.
way. Yeah, a
Yes.
new identity.
Yes.
But there's a lag sometimes between who you are or who you were
Yep.
and who you're becoming.
Yes.
So have you experienced any of that or?
Well, I think it's just doing everything I just talked about, really taking a look at what has transpired over this past year, where I'm at and where I want to be. Like really, looking at what do I need to let go of?
Yes.
I mean, pick 3 things. Pick one thing, like one thing, and say, you know what? I'm not going to nag on my husband anymore. Or I'm not going to be doing manual things
Yes.
for my job when AI can be doing them and automating my behind the scenes. And just really simplifying things and leveraging where we are in the AI
Yes.
evolution.
Leaning in.
Like everybody lean in
Yeah.
because it's not going away.
Nope.
It's bigger than electricity. I was just at a Tom Ferry event yesterday, and they were saying this AI, and we call it our awesome intern.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It can
Yeah.
be your awesome intern. Really lean into it, learn it, take classes. My husband's an AI consultant.
okay.
So I am learning every day, and he's learning every day. Everybody that is in AI, they're learning every day. And it's so fast tracked. It's really fast. And it's so exciting. The things that I'm able to even do. And I'm just, it's the
Scratching
tip of
the surface.
Scratching the surface. So we did a really fun thing where, in manifesting and goals, it's still, well, it is January 30th. Oh my gosh.
I know. We were just saying that. It's so crazy how
It is
fast
so
it
crazy. Well, something that we did, and I don't know if you've ever done this, right around the end of the year, the beginning of the new year, we were at the park in Coronado, and we were going to work on our goals. And I was like, let's do something fun and different. Let's pretend it's January 2027. And we are looking back on our year.
Yes.
And we are just so grateful and huge gratitude and talking about all the things that we accomplished and how awe-inspired we were, how many miracles, synchronicities, and really how much we've grown, and we had to grow to receive all the goodness and to be in flow and help so many people. You know what I mean? So what I did, I turned on my notes on my iPhone, and I had it record and transcribe, and I just free flowed, stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Then I took that stream of consciousness, I put it into ChatGPT, where I've built my AI clone, and I said, organize this.
Yes.
And then it organized it. It has a format for me. It's got, and then it just keeps going.
And you can backtrack into the whole plan.
Totally. But it organized all my stream of consciousness.
I love it.
So it was just a really fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything
Oh
like that?
gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
I know we've done so many things.
Me and Chad have been good friends, so let me tell you, it's been amazing for clarifying. It's been amazing for organizing.
Yes.
And I really help women with, specifically high achieving women, moving from hustle to harmony. So how can
that
you
is
create
so
more
beautiful.
sovereignty in your
Yes.
life? Utilizing that AI is one way that we create sovereignty.
Yes.
Right? Why are we going to
100%.
delineate and try to figure things out when we can access information quickly? So, and organize it.
And I love that hustle to harmony. Yes. It's so soothing just hearing those words.
This is, I think, the time we're in. It's
It
the
is.
new paradigm of leadership.
100%.
It's the new paradigm of the world. It's like, how can we create more ease, more fulfillment, and still have this success, but without defining ourselves by the successes and achievements?
Oh my gosh, which I have done. I mean, we all have.
We all have, right?
I mean, it's like, what a new concept.
Yeah.
But
I
how
love
beautiful. It relaxes my nervous system just thinking about it.
Exactly. Thank you. It's almost like you're in my messaging box because you just mentioned the nervous system, and nervous system safety is also something that I've really been delving into.
Okay.
So I would love to ask you a question about that in particular.
Yeah.
Can you share with us a time where maybe you were in the proving your worth and defining yourself by your accomplishments, and describe what that felt like in your body and what the differences are now. What shifted?
Sure. Well, I mean, I've been that way most of my life.
Kind of that A-type, right?
I was a competitive gymnast. I won the Nevada State Champion at age 12, all-around champion. And it's my family. We're all just go-getters, And I really have kind of carried that through up until just within the last few years, working with amazing coaches, being connected with you, and really learning about my nervous system and how important self-care is and taking care of ourselves. Because as a high-achieving woman, as you know, and a leader, it's we have a lot of pressure. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
I think that's where the majority of the pressure
If it is to be, it's up to me.
Exactly.
Maybe not.
Oh my gosh. And so I just, what I've really been doing is focusing on centering, going within, and really having clarity on what I'm thinking about, where my attention is, because where your attention goes, that's where your energy flows.
Yes.
And so, and that's just in the last few years. So I wish I would have learned that a lot younger.
Well,
But,
yeah.
it's brought me to this moment in time, and it's never too late.
Never
Too late.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, and just really, like being your best friend to your body and yourself, like you are to others, as a high nurturer, which you are. We
Yes.
take care of everybody else. It's like, wait a minute, I need to take care of myself, and then I'm going to be more powerful and strong and effective if I do that to others, to help others, which is what we love to do, right?
Exactly.
We're just networked that way.
But what it does is it creates a pattern or a modeling of the hustle.
Right.
And that constant chasing for validation and
Yes.
self-worth. And so I learned that, right, from what was modeled for me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm choosing to model something completely different for the
Yes.
next generation or people that are watching me and how I lead.
She's a pro. You are. Even when just being around you, I just feel so comfortable, so at ease. Like you have such a calmness, but yet such great strength and courage and power,
Thank
which
you.
I think is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you've done the work, right?
Yes.
You've-
And I've been doing the work
And
for a long time.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I want to acknowledge first, thank
Yes.
you
Yeah,
for that.
You're welcome.
And I also want a presence for the listeners and the people watching that this isn't something that I was born into.
Right.
Because people look
Right.
at me from the outside looking in and they're like, oh, well, she's bright and she's this and she's been through so much and still so shiny. It's been cultivated.
Totally.
And so everything I
Yes.
teach, I embody.
Yeah.
And I've been able to put into the Anatomy of Abundance framework.
Yes.
So you mentioned self-care.
Yes.
And caring for your body and your mind. And I call that sacred self-care, where we're caring for
Yes.
our mind, body, spirit, and finances.
Yes.
As if we would the divine.
Right.
You also talked about how you guys started the year off with your declaring, if you
Yes.
will, what happened in 2026 as if it was already done.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the book.
Oh my gosh.
I call it a declaration.
Anatomy of Abundance.
Yeah, it's
Get
it's
it on
step
Amazon.
5 of the system.
Okay.
And so part of that is, once you kind of go through all of the other steps of recalibration for your identity to catch up with who you're becoming, right? Or who you're here to be.
Recalibration.
Then
I
you
love that word.
have to declare it and become
Right.
it, embody it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
we didn't
beautiful.
even pre-plan this.
No,
and
we
we're so freaking connected as usual, right? It's crazy.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love it.
And then you can go out and truly make people matter because
Yes.
you're making yourself matter.
Yes.
And then you can be free to really authentically with full transparency be that for others.
And create impact.
And create impact. And that's how you do. I think because I like to follow leaders like yourself that have done the work.
This part.
They're not preaching something that they think is great. No, they've been in the trenches. They've done the work and they're living it. They are
Yes.
living, breathing proof that it works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's just the best. Then it's invigorating. It's like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly.
Or he can do it, I can do it too. Right?
Yeah. And I think this is why people are so attracted to you as well.
Oh.
Because of your authenticity,
blushing.
right? And I mentioned that you're a master connector.
Yep,
So
super
this is
connector.
a segue, a super connector.
Super
Okay.
connector.
This is a segue into my next question. So with you being a high achieving woman
Yes.
and a giver and all this beautiful things, right, that we
Yeah.
embody.
Yeah.
Have you had moments where you've leaned in and seen more of the people pleasing? Has it turned into people pleasing? And has that worked against you in any way when it came to being that super connector?
Oh, as I've learned along the way, absolutely. I mean, when I was younger and just over time, as a kind, authentic being that I am, there have been people that definitely have taken advantage of me.
Yeah.
And, I've learned along the way. I've had to put the boundaries and I've had to say no and not spend any more time with those people that aren't
Right.
loving to me because I'm loving to them, right?
Yeah.
Like they filter out. Essentially, people show who they are by their words, their actions spoken. And then it's my job to either say continue or not continue.
Yes.
Right? And have those guardrails in place.
Yeah.
Because I love people and I look at people and I see the best, whereas others can be like, oh, that guy or that gal, they're jerks, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're really
We want
a
the best
beautiful
for
being.
them.
Yeah, I always
Yes.
do. I want the best for people, and I think something for me, like having been so kind and been taken advantage of, I don't want that to happen to anybody else. Or if it is, like, no, you have the power. We all have the power to make the change, to make the decision, to change things. Nobody can take that away from you. You just have to claim it, baby. Claim it.
Claim it. You heard it here. So then there is
Yes.
the next segue
Yes.
to my next question. So we've identified some times when maybe being that people person, that connector, super connector has worked against you. But I think overall it's really worked in your favor, correct?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
how long have you been in the real estate industry? Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Well, I have been in the real estate industry for a long time.
Yes.
I started.
She's like, I'm not going to age myself on this one. I caught that.
That's right. That's right. So I mean, this goes back to when I went to college. I wanted to be a doctor, and at first I didn't know what I wanted to do. Went to college fairs, and I was always really a good student. I was like straight A student, cheerleader. I did it all, right?
Okay.
And so I went to a college fair. I met a gentleman, and he was telling me about biomedical engineering. It was like leading edge, everything like in the medical field, and then leading edge with anything you can imagine. So long story short, 2 years into that, I realized I don't like the sight of blood or needles. And I
Find time
don't
to
like
figure
chemistry.
that out, Miss Tracie. Oh my gosh.
And so long story short, I ended up getting a degree in construction engineering and project
Wow.
management.
Okay.
Because it was, that way I didn't lose my 2 years of school that I had already been through, the engineering curriculum. And I put myself through school, through scholarships and grants and all that stuff, because my parents had divorced and 4 kids in the family. We all went to college, and we all did that through scholarships and grants and working, hustling, right? Because we knew we wanted to go to college and get a degree and carry on from there. But that was baseline. So so I graduated from ASU, and they have the top, and that was the other thing. They had the top program in the country for construction engineering and project management. And we're surrounded by real estate, right? There's so many different ways to get it within that industry and business, and it was very business oriented. So I had an internship in Newport Beach. My sister was living there, and got that, just to spend the summer with her. And in that process, I met a gentleman with Taylor Woodrow Commercial Construction who was working on John Wayne Airport. This is when they were rebuilding the John Wayne Airport terminal, everything from a little podunk airport to the world-class airport that it is today. So he said, Joel, what was his last name? He said, Trace, we don't have opportunity for you today, but come back in 6 months when you graduate. So I did. And he said, okay, here's your offer. And I started practically the next day. So I was a project engineer on the John Wayne Airport, working at the site with a whole huge team. And it was my first day. I cried on the way home. I'm like, what did I get myself into? And got a ticket because I made a illegal, I was just distraught. Oh my God, I went to college and I have to do this.
Yeah.
But it turns out those next several years were extraordinary. I learned so much from contracts to estimating to engineering, seeing the actual building of a massive airport,
Yeah.
a beautiful airport, the John Wayne Airport. And the people were what made it. You know, it was the people, the leaders, and the mentors, and everything I learned. And so with that, I moved on. I took another job and another one, and it was like project
All in
basis in Oxnard on the public library, and then moved back to Newport, worked on Walt Disney Company. Long
wow.
story short, the contractor was not exactly up to par, and the Disney team recruited me. So I got to work and really see the behind the scenes of Walt Disney Company in Anaheim and Burbank. And then long story short, I'm like, I am over this. I want to get in sales and business development. Boom. That's when my career as a super connector began. I was always like that even when I was younger. I was such a people person and connecting people.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
naturally.
oh, you want that? I know this person. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, they call that the mayor, right?
The mayor.
You're the mayor.
Yes. So that was a long-winded little segue into, boom, I got into sales and business development, never looked back.
Yeah.
And it's so, it really gets back to, you know, what is my personality type and what is emotional intelligence, personality science.
Yes.
And it's like, this is right in alignment with who I am.
Exactly.
And I'm not hardcore sales. I'm a relational sales, selling a commodity. But at the end of the day, it's the people who are picking the people that they
Yes.
know, like, and trust that they want to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that, because a lot of what I love to bring forth as well is creating your life around the truth of who you are, whether that be your
Yes.
values,
Oh.
your interests, your skill sets, or
It's
just
all
what
of
you
it.
like to do.
Yeah.
Because how many of us are really, really good at a lot of things, but we probably shouldn't be doing them all the time, right? We don't necessarily
yes.
love to do them.
Yes.
Even though it's within our skill set.
Yes.
And so what I'm hearing, and you can tell me if I'm correct,
Yeah.
is that you built your life around what not only you're good at, but also what feels good and lights you up.
100%. And it was a process. I remember when I was in like third grade, a few of my friends, oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be an attorney. And I was
Yes.
like, how do you know what you want to be? Like,
Yeah.
but some people had that, you know, they just knew and they went on to do those things. With me, it was more of finding my way. And discovering and exploring and doing different things, you know. And then when I landed in the sales and business development, that was amazing. And then when I really got into, moved to San Diego and got into escrow sales, doing that as a escrow representative for the leading companies, I just fell in love with that aspect of the industry.
Yeah.
And it really is so people oriented.
Yes.
And it really
It's an
gets
important part of the
into
transaction.
well, yeah, and it really is all about building trust, building relationships, protecting that trust that you have built, and seeing things all the way through, and make sure everybody's taken care of, and working with the best in the industry, because wire fraud and cybercrime and AI and the fraudsters are getting smarter. So I want to be with the best so I can sleep good at night. So
And you
I know.
actually teach a lot about the cyber fraud.
Well, I
now,
have
in the-
experts that
in the real
actually
estate
teach about
industry.
it, but
Okay.
I am educating all day, every
Yes.
day in my role. I am connecting with brokers, realtors, investors, attorneys, and you know, not too many people are out there telling this story.
Yes.
But the reality
Bringing it
is,
forth.
it's so huge, and it's going on every day. And you know, just think, people buying their first home, or whether they're flipping homes. Bottom line, everybody's worked hard to accumulate that amount of financial wealth to
Yes.
buy a home, right? And so we want to make sure everyone's protected.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's not an industry that a lot of people necessarily say, oh, this is what I want to do when I grow up.
No.
And
Yeah.
so how do we choose a career path for ourselves when we don't even know who we are yet? And that's what I heard you say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I think, I've studied emotional intelligence, personality science. I can't remember. Did you come to one of my events? Maybe.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was, I did that with Sherry Tree and Esther
Yes.
Wildenberg, and they're the leaders in really teaching the power of how to increase your impact, your influence, and your income with personality science, emotional intelligence. So I studied with them since 2017, and it truly was the game changer that turned things around because I
Yeah.
was at a ceiling. I did hit a ceiling,
Okay.
and I was like, what am I missing? What's that missing link? And that was it. So study emotional intelligence, personality science, because at the end of the day, if you can really tune in and listen, and there are so many cues being given by each individual talking as to what type of personality they are,
Yeah.
what is important to them based on their values, and what drives them.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating, but that was the game changer that turned things around for me and has given me more fulfillment in what I do, because I always say by making people matter, everyone wins, right?
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm all about win-win-win solutions. Like you win, your client wins, my team wins, we all win.
Yeah, and it's great to hear you say that as someone who's actually in sales, because the bottom
Totally.
line is you're in sales, but you're doing it through relationship, and those relationships are equaling conversions in the end.
100%. Yeah. And you really got to ask for the business, because it's not a transactional sell where you're like, okay, buy my, makeup kit today
Yes.
or whatever. It is a relational sales, relationships, sales, because you're constantly building rapport, trust. You're being there as an advocate for the realtors, brokers, investors, attorneys, educating them, empowering them, and providing and believing in them, right? Sometimes nobody else is believing in them, but I believe in them. And I
Yeah.
see the possibilities for them to take their business to that next level, whether they're just starting or whether they're a pro and they've been doing it for a long time. It's like everybody wants, what is that next level? We all have a next level.
Yeah, it's
There's
true.
always going to be a next level.
Never stop
and there's,
growing.
And there's always somebody ahead of you that then
Yes.
can mentor you.
Exactly.
Right? It's so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm
yeah.
so grateful for how you show up in the
Thank
community
you.
and just who you are, because we've been connected for a long
I
time.
know, and
we
likewise.
float in and out
Yes,
at
we
different
do.
times, but it's always the perfect time
It
when we
always is the
reconnect.
perfect time. And
Yeah.
you are love and light. You are just
you.
a shining star.
Thanks.
Not just, you are a shining star. And I appreciate you so very
Yeah,
much.
and it's so good to have you here. So, as we wrap up this episode, I do have one last question
Oh
for
my
you,
gosh.
because I'm sure a lot of our listeners or people who are watching on YouTube, they've probably resonated with a lot of the things that you've said, and you've already given so many gems, honestly.
Oh,
so
good.
normally I would be like, give our audience a word, but you've given them so many, and I hope y'all are taking notes, right? So, what I think I want to ask you as we close up here is, with all of the connecting and you really juggle a lot of balls
Yes.
with the clients, with the escrow, with the, just all the things.
Yes.
What do you do to take care of yourself?
Oh my God, that's a great question. So I really, I do everything from really just turn off my phone.
Smart.
And have, on the weekends, typically, I have one day, typically Sunday, depending on what's going on, where I just decompress, I go out in nature. My favorite, my husband and I, we love going to the beach. We love, we live in Coronado. We love going to the parks and just being close to the water,
Yeah.
no matter what we do. Take baths, go for spa, vacations, and get together with the people I love. That we love, our dear friends, because life is going by so fast and it's precious.
Yes. Oh, such
I know.
a good answer.
So-
I'm so happy to have you here. And I know that you've gotten so much out of this episode, and you can just feel her heart and her intention for everything
My
that
heart.
she does. I love that.
Heart.
It's got a little heart. It's
yeah.
perfect. So, with that, I want to thank you again for joining us here at Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. Make sure that you subscribe, that you share, and if you liked this episode, drop us a comment. We want to hear from you. We would love to get your feedback, any questions that you have, and most importantly, make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place at Living Room Wisdom. Have a great
Bravo.
day.
Mwah.